Sunil, that budget, I mean, 1.5 hour speech is one of the shortest speeches I've heard. Was there enough bang for the buck there?
Actually, it's interesting you should say this, Vikram. In lesser time and in simpler language, she actually got a lot done in today's speech. It was a simple workman type of a speech. And I think, and I like that, by the way, because for a long time we've been saying, allow this to be a statement of account of the government and not too many policy statements. But we've all got used to policy statements and there is always expectation. Even if you see the focus on the indirect taxes, it probably was one of the shortest, which to my mind is good because industry likes continuity. Business wants to work in an environment where they know where they're going. Either you announce long-term changes or you don't keep making changes. And from that point of view, good, but very wide coverage, all the way from artisanal skills to using technology in agriculture to green farming to green fuels to green manufacturing to strengthening manufacturing overall, focus on how do you implement the new education policy by making it more connected to the needs for industry and business. I would say overall a pretty good job done. No great temptation of the elections coming on. The exemptions given to lower income groups would certainly improve liquidity in people's hands and thereby hopefully contribute to consumption improving. Because on the top end, consumption had improved post the big COVID impact, but at the bottom end, it was suffering quite badly. So I'm hoping the impact of this, what she's looking for. Also, the little things like of course, upping the big spend on infrastructure. I'm sure you would have heard from many people as a massive knock-on effect. Picking areas.
How important do you think that was, Sunil? Do you think 10 lakhs? Do you think that 10 lakh number is the right number? It's clearly a bet on growth, right? Spend a lot of money on infrastructure and see what happens. Have that multiplier effect kicking in.
So there are three aspects to this. One, is there, could you be doing more? Of course you can, but of course you should be. But you have to balance two things. One is the overall numbers in the budget, therefore watching the revenue and fiscal deficit. Second is the capacity to execute. We are gradually building up. Please remember, if you remember our conversation you and I had, and I'm going back about 4 or 5 years ago, that if you double the number of spend on infrastructure, you won't have the capacity. That number would be just a pie in the sky kind of number. So I think the step-by-step approach, and it is, by the way, a 33% increase in the spend, which is not a small amount. The infrastructure has 2 or 3 benefits. One is while these projects go on, they create lots of consumption and jobs. Post they're getting completed, they improve the overall efficiency and lubricity of people's lives, society, and for industry. And then knock-on effective from the global investor's point of view, this is seen as the right way to spend money. So it benefits us in many different ways. But she's not stuck there alone. She's also gone down to focusing on the startups, although I would have liked to see them address the cap gains on startups as also the ESOP treatment. I think those are 2 misses. But there are just so many things that have been covered in this budget. Overall, quite well done.